I mean, the biggest call that I got when I knew that this was a big deal was I got a call from the rodeo director in Houston. It's one of the biggest events in Houston. And they called me and said, hey, we need you to tear your stuff down immediately. And that was the call where I was like, okay, great. If the Houston rodeo is going to shut down, everyone's going to shut down.
TossUp Events designed and operated unique fan experiences at major sporting events across the country. Then the coronavirus shutdown canceled all live events for the foreseeable future.
So at TossUp, we had about 20 full-time employees, between 13 and 20, some contract, some full-time. We had many more than that on contract basis that would go and do all of our events. We had about 3 million in sales booked as of February in 2020, right before the pandemic.
The Carrolls had all of their employees pack up their equipment and head back to their headquarters in Dallas, Texas. They had no idea when business would be back up and running.
Right when everything shut down, we unloaded everything in our warehouse. We started brainstorming. We felt we had some sad moments, and we sat on the couch for like a day, and then we realized, well, that's not going to do anything. So we kind of got back off the couch and said, what is something where we can use our current employees, our vendors, and hit the market with something that people actually need.
The couple, who have 2 toddlers at home, wanted to make a product that they could use with their event business, but weren't sure where to start.
And so Kelsey really came up with the idea.
Well, we were doing research about, for these branded hand sanitizer stations, and we're like, this product definitely has to exist.
Yeah. So
as we were doing research to maybe offer these at our events, when events did come back and the season got rescheduled, we realized that there wasn't, that product that we were thinking of, where it was a beautiful hand sanitizer station with a branded area. And we kind of looked at each other like, we can probably make this. We could probably build this ourselves with the vendors that build our games.
Within 11 days, they had a product ready to sell. They converted their traveling employees into a remote sales force and started selling to every business they could.
Doing event work is not easy, sweating out there and everything. So we knew that they were tough, and we knew that anything that we gave them, they'd be able to do. And so we created a sales process. Even before we had the website, we, armed them with all the details to be able to do the cold calling, all the emailing, Mixmax software that we use to do like the follow-up emails. And we just kind of we had like a sales force that was just selling it.
Getting enough sanitizer to keep up with the growing demand was no easy task.
Is when we started selling sanitizer, I was buying it for $58 a gallon and selling it for $60. So then when you get feedback from people of like, I can't believe you're selling it for $60, I was like, I can't believe I'm buying it for $58.
Since launch, Stand-Up Stations has sold over 20,000 gallons of hand sanitizer and more than 10,000 stands.
And it's really awesome. I'd say about 85 to 90% of our sales are to other small businesses.
Yeah.
So, the big box stores and the big companies that are looking for, 5 to 10,000 of these, they're not going to necessarily buy from us because they just want the cheapest, fastest thing. And so we're getting, the bulk of we just surpassed 5 million in sales. The bulk of that has come from, to a Thai restaurant in Las Vegas, a car dealership in Fort Worth.
The stands are handmade in the U.S. using many of the same suppliers from the couple's previous business. Their first stand sold for $595 and had a slim 20% margin. Now they have stands starting at $225, going all the way up to a deluxe branded station that costs just under $850. The Carrolls were able to retain all of their employees and have added 10 more to keep up with demand. They say the key to their business isn't a secret.
When people ask how do you do this? I've got a team of 8 people in there. They're literally going on people's websites, submitting forms and saying, hey, here's what we're doing at standupstations.com. If you want to order it, call me. We'll send over 6,000 emails a week, just cold. As cold as it gets. Hey, restaurant, what do you think of this? And I think that's where they think there's some magic formula. It's we're just calling people.
The Carrolls say that the most important thing for any potential entrepreneur is to start small, generate sales, and learn from your customers. Another important lesson they've learned is you need to do whatever it takes.
We had a moment where we had to get a delivery from Los Angeles to Dallas in a guaranteed delivery time. Kelsey and I flew to Los Angeles with our mask on. It was great. And we rented a Penske truck, and we got in the truck, we picked up the shipment, and we drove 24 hours straight. We got our 2 kids to stay with my parents, and we literally drove from Los Angeles to the guy's warehouse and dropped them off, because he said if we don't have it by the end of the day Friday, we're gonna ask for a refund. So that was the only way. The shipment got delayed. When the shipment gets delayed, the answer for you is not to say, oh, it got delayed. The answer for you is to go make it happen.
Invest in you. Ready, set, grow. CNBC and Acorns.